What up, people? It's your boy Master Chudy out here with another comic review. So, I've been neglecting The Flash, very good series. So I want to get into it now, but before I do, I want to thank everybody for watching my DC Batman Murder Machine review. Over 800 views, my most popular and most viewed video. I'm very touched and humbled. Beat out my annual for Red Hood and the Outlaws. So, I'm going to keep doing this thing for y'all. And tomorrow's going to be a big haul, man. It's going to be a big haul. It's probably going to be my most diverse haul, considering that there's some Marvel books that I'm actually interested in. But I digress. Let's get into it. The cover right here is very simple. We got Flash down, and we see the blood of our last villain, Bloodwork, here, and his ring off his finger, which is symbolic of what will happen in the book. So, it's done nicely. So, we have Bloodwork, the finale. Say, we got to get out of the city. Uh, Joshua Williamson saw the writer. I must say, I think I finally got my phone working because this is the most solid I've seen, so I'm hyped. But anyway, back to what I was saying. So we have Joshua Williamson as a writer. We got Neil Googe, who does apparently pages 1 to 10, and Gus Vasquez, who does pages 11 to 20 as artist. That's interesting. We have Avon Palencia as the colorist and Tom Napolitano as the letterer. Then Googe and Placina did the cover. And there's apparently Hi-Fi did the variant cover, and then Rebecca Taylor's the associate editor, then Brian Cunningham is the editor. So we have a nice shot here. Blood is everywhere from Bloodwork. It's just grabbing people and everything. We just have a family say, oh, we got to get out of here. And the son has been taken by the blood. Then we see a sweet splash page right here. We see the Flash save the day. He just said, my name is Barry Allen. I'm the Flash. And he's like, listen to your kids, Paris. And he's basically talking about how, the usual intro, like the negative speed force has messed with my powers and they become more unstable. So the parents are like, what is that stuff? And he's like, just run. You trust me, you don't want to know. And he's like, don't stop running. And so they become pretty much dangerous. And he's using his powers and they're ripping the stuff. He's like, these rings rip the moment they encounter my negative speed force. But my powers are still a danger to the city. So Flash is running. And they aren't stopping the blood from spreading. It's like my every step only makes it worse. The best way to deal with this problem is to head it on the source. So we see that Barry's heading to the source of Bloodwork. And Bloodwork, ooh, this is sweet. We see the new villain right here. Nice stuff right here. Bloodwork's like, all I wanted to do was protect myself. So he did. So the coroner, whose name is Ramsey Rosso, had hemophilia and he was fragile since childbirth, so any cut would be fatal to him, so he would experiment on his body to ensure that he could cure himself of his hemophilia. Instead, even though he was cured, he gained some more powers, where he can control his blood, making a weapon in the blood of others as well. And Flash even mentions that he just had some side effects, and he's now crazy, he's mad, he's like, I won't let you hurt me. So, you see, him basically said, do you know what it's like to have your own body betray you? It's like to live with the fear that a slightest injury could end your life, and we see that Barry's like hurting others first won't help you, so he's still destroying all that stuff. It's like, and he's like, with each strike I grow stronger, Flash. It's like, and then Flash's like, but I don't want to fight you, Ram. So he's like, then why do you keep attacking me? And we see him start transforming. It's like it's getting even worse. He's getting angrier and he's transforming even more. So he starts to become that monster that we saw in the cover of the previous issue, which unfortunately I never got to reviewing. Sorry about that. It's like, why can't you just let me go free? Say, because that wouldn't be justice, Ramsey. You've hurt people. And he's like, I'll kill every single person so they won't, if it means, I'll kill every single person in Central City if it means they won't hurt me again. And Barry's like, you don't mean that. So Barry's busy trying to save people. And we can see that the blood is still grabbing people everywhere like that. So you see the guy's like, you don't know me. What could some superhero like you know about pain? And Flash is like, the more Ramsey gets more upset, the more that his blood spreads, and he's pumping blood at a quicker, as if the blood is pumping at a quicker rate with Ramsey as the heart. So it seems that Barry has thought of something. So he's like, okay, we're more alike than you think, Ramsey. I've allowed the negativity in my life to build until it exploded before, and I've been running away from dealing with it. And we see that he's starting to normalize Barry. It's like, and I need to stop. I've lied to everyone who trusted me. I felt that it was the right thing to do because it would protect others. So he's just trying to empathize with Ramsey right here, and it catches him because he's like shocked for a moment. He said, "My life, my choices led them to getting hurt, and ever since then, I've been pushing people away because I don't know what to do. I don't want to disappoint. I don't want to see the disappointment on their faces. I'm not the hero they think I am. So please believe me when I know when I say I know what you're going through." So he's like, okay. But he's like, yeah, but then Ramsey's still pushing, like, he wants to know if he can trust him or not. To which Barry's like, think about all that you told me. I refuse to believe that you would wish to hurt someone else. And, he's like saying, you said yourself, I've done too much. How do we fix this? It's like, and then, Barry's like, don't worry, I got you. We can do this together. And, Ramsey's like, really? And Barry's like, yes. Right after I stop you! So he's like, bam. He injects him with some flash lightning, kabam! Which is pretty nice, you know. And we see that the blood, starts to fizzle out every way, and then Ramsey starts losing his powers. It's like, and he's like, what did you do? It's like, I'm sorry, Ramsey, it was the only way, but I promise you I'll help you. It's like, you have my word. So this is pretty much what makes Flash a nice hero. Like, he always wants to help his villains, There's a shot at redemption. Barry's going to try to do it and help him. So basically explains, like, blood work was like a heart beating out of control. The only way I could get close enough, once I could get close enough, I used the negative speed force to act like a defibrillator and gave him a jolt. So, he basically pumped his heart normally so that the blood will move normally. The shock to Ramsey's nervous system was enough to stop his blood from flowing, but I didn't lie to Ramsey. I meant every word. Ramsey worked hard to help others find justice, but he let his fear of being hurt rule his every action, and he became the very thing he hated. I can't forgive him for his crimes, but I can still help him. That's classic Flash. Lately, I've been self-destructive, pushing people away who care about me. I need to make amends. And we just see Dead Man walking. We just see Ramsey taken in by by the main investigators because it looks like he's the criminal who has been leaking and destroying evidence in CCPD. And then he's like, I didn't do anything wrong. He's like, save Ramsey, go in prison. And Barry's like, Ramsey, we know you stole the samples from our past cases to cure yourself. But thankfully, no one was killed when you were blood work. And if you work with us, we can. And you just see Ramsey like, excuse me, where's your evidence? And Barry's like, what are you talking about, man? It's like, Flash destroyed the morgue in that fight with that monster. I was just an innocent bystander, caught up in whatever the Flash was up to. Barry, I know you've been having a tough time lately and yet you become unreliable. But to accuse me of this crime without any proof, I mean, it's becoming of a member of the crime lab. And then Singh is like, Ramsey's right, Barry. If we don't have the evidence, we need to let him go. And you just see Ramsey like, thank you, Director Singh. So now please get these cuffs off me. And then Barry's like, Singh. And all of a sudden, we see that Barry's good friend right here is like, wait, Ramsey isn't as smart as he thinks. I did some digging up, and he might have burned the hard copies, but he left digital fingerprints all over the records. Thankfully, he didn't compromise any of the cases they came from, and we have more than enough for an arrest. So he's like, did Barry help you? She's like, yeah, team effort. And then Barry's like, no, it wasn't. I won't let you come from me anymore, Kristen. It's like, I left as we were cracking the case. Kristen solved this on her own. And we just see Singh is like, smile for your mugshot, Ramsey. No, like, oh, dang it. Yeah, like, that's nice. And then Singh tells them to both go to his office. And then, she thanks, Singh thanks Kristen for, bailing out the reputation of the crime lab. And he's like, as for you, Barry, and he's like, I was too busy talking down blood work to do my job. I could tell Singh that right now, but... And then Barry's like, look, I messed up. I'll take full responsibility for them. From this day forward, I'll do better. I'll work harder. I won't be late ever. And then Singh is like, Barry, we can't keep doing this. I blame myself. I used tough love when I should have just been tough. And it's like, I had to transfer you out, Barry. Ooh. It's like, you'll still be in Central City, but you won't be working in my crime lab anymore. And Barry's like, what? It's like, lucky for you, someone someplace else had an open spot. Wolf said they needed someone for their crime scene preservation unit, and she's like, and Kristen's like, oh no. And it's like Wolf. It's like, that's right, you're being transferred to Iron Heights Penitentiary. Dun dun dun. And then of course you see the Batman that smiles. Great event. Can't wait for Dawnbreaker tomorrow. And then Barry's like saying, I know I was. It's like, and Kristen's going with you. And she's like, what? It's like, why? Because I need you to. Think of it as an opportunity. And of course Kristen is very much pissed. And Barry's like, oh dang it. He's like, I want to blame all of this on the negative Speed Force. But I'd be lying to myself. The way I've been acting, it was never because of the powers. It was always me. So you see Iris West go ahead reporting people to ask what happened, and the people are giving their accounts of everything. And they're calling Bloodwork a new rogue. She's trying to wonder if she actually called herself Bloodwork, and Barry's just watching. It's like, I've been feeling sorry for myself, letting my anger control my life from what has happened in the future with Thawne and losing Iris. It'd be easy to tell Iris I'm sorry, but actions speak louder than words. So Barry's, taking responsibility for, the negativity that's been happening in his life. It's like, I've always tried to move away from the past, but it's time that I embrace it. Stop moving around in my life. I need to be me again, to be Barry Allen, the Flash, and a friend. They think I am. And then we just see somebody say, Iris doesn't want to see you again, and it's the second Wally West, Kid Flash, And he's like, neither do I. What are you doing here, Barry? I thought stalking was Thawne thing. And then Barry's like, so don't, Kid Flash. I come in peace. It's like, and he's asking, why were you spying on Iris? It's like, because I thought you'd be near. It's like, because I thought, and I wanted to give you this. So, it's like, I don't deserve it anymore. So he's giving Kid Flash his Flash ring, and he's saying, until I find a way to control the negative Speed Force, I'm not going to be the Flash anymore. So, and then Kid Flash asks, what about the other Wally? We ever going to talk about what his deal is? It's like, we will, I promise. But we really can't, but Wally can take care of himself, and I don't owe him the kind of apologies I owe you. I shouldn't have. And then he's like, Barry, stop, man. And he's like, I've been going through hard times too. And he got kicked off the Teen Titans, and he's with Deathstroke's Defiance. It looks like he might have left. Honestly, I hope he doesn't go back to the Teen Titans, because I think that bridge has kind of been burned, and it'd be interesting to see him just work on his own with Barry. It's like, and it wasn't until now I realized part of that was because I've just been as guilty of the things I've been angry at you for. Oh, so he's like, oh yeah, man, like, I've been messing up too. Good character development. So he's going to say, I'm not giving up on you, and I'm not taking this ring. When I got my speed powers, I was scared and I thought they were dangerous, but you helped train me, so I'm going to help return the favor. So he's going to train him, and then we get this nice, buddy, master and apprentice shot. Just like how it used to be with Barry and the original Wally West. So he's going to train you. So he's saying, next day, training day at Iron Heights. White Knight's coming out tomorrow. So this was a pretty great comic. I enjoyed it very much. The Flash has been hitting it out of the park. Very much so. It's been nice. And I would suggest y'all to continue with this series, very much so. But then, DC's doing their thing. So I thank y'all guys for watching this video. Please like, share, and subscribe, and hit the notifications. It's like, I do these reviews, people, for you, the people, because I want to get my views on these comics, and we're going to, have a good, thoughtful discussion. We need to. Just watched Captain Frugal's video about the need for diversity in thought in particular, and I think that's what makes, that will bring out good literature and good content. So once again, thank y'all for watching. Tomorrow's New Comic Day, and y'all see me soon after that.